Welcome back. As students get ready to make a new school year great, Manatee County school nurses are preparing for the worst, learning life-saving skills in the event of a life-threatening situation. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo takes us there for the training.
You can open it all the way.
You're watching as more than 100 members of the Manatee County School District learn new skills that could save a student's life. This trainer is teaching school nurses how to apply dressings and tourniquets as part of the Stop the Bleed campaign.
Many nurses have not ever been trained in applying a combat tourniquet, so that will be a new skill that they will learn, in addition to a good renewal of compression and packing of open wounds to try to control life-threatening bleeding.
Blake Medical Center's Injury Prevention Coordinator, Cindy Tanner, says the goal is to make Stop the Bleeding training as commonplace as CPR training.
It's just a matter of national security. It's endorsed and was also helped the collaboration also from the Department of Defense.
Palmview Elementary School nurse Christine Silva attended and says training like this is extremely important.
In today's world, we do have so many mass shootings. I mean, it's a frightening thing that you actually have to think about that.
Pressure, pack it tight, make sure it's in there tight that way.
The lessons learned here could mean the difference between life and death. According to Manatee County Health Specialist Teresa Masterson, she says nurses are the first point of contact.
Being instrumental and being on the forefront of how to handle a catastrophe, an emergency, a mishap of any kind on a school campus is very important to us.
And once the group is trained, they will be certified to teach other staff members at their school. Reporting in Manatee County, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Dwayne, thank you. Manatee County teachers already back at work getting ready for the start of the school year. Today, they participated in a service meeting and training, which will help teachers implement new curriculum into the classroom and also help prepare media specialists and school aides. Now, some will also receive training on the state's assessment test. The principal of Mills Elementary School in Palmetto says during the first week of school, teachers will be preparing for that test.
We've had some little changes and some big changes. We're now a paper-based assessment, and we still also use our iReady, which is our information to help us learn more about our students. Third day of school, we start our testing, so we start right off the bat getting it going.
Last night was back to school night for Manatee County, where parents had the opportunity to meet with teachers and tour their students' schools. Today on Good Morning Suncoast, we also spoke with Manatee County Schools Superintendent Cynthia Saunders about the new Guardian program in place ahead of the new school year.
We've worked closely with the Sheriff's Department as well as the police departments in our communities, and we felt that this was the best plan of action for right now in Manatee County.
She also says they have been training the first group of guardians and they will be deployed the second week of school. An update now on the red tide conditions in Manatee County. The county says there are substantially higher numbers of fish washing ashore today than earlier this week. Crews are out cleaning it up as fast as they can from sunup until sundown each day, including the weekend. The beaches are open and red tide signs are posted at affected beaches and will remain until the red tide bloom is over. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our forecast for the weekend ahead. Bob, will that red tide still affect us?
Higher concentrations of those dead fish coming on shore as a result of the westerly winds. They may have been blown out into the Gulf, and now they're all kind of gathering on that west wind. The west wind is the big deal. It brings us some morning showers along the coast and also kind of piles up those dead fish as well in the bay on the western-facing shoreline of the bay. So if you live on the western-facing shoreline of the bay, you may be seeing a little bit more fish in the canals there and along the area docks. The Lakewood Ranch webcam, a little ominous earlier, but now notice the skies are starting to clear, a lot more sunshine out there. We are looking at breaks in the clouds, and it looks like all the rain, you can see some of that well off to the east now, and we're anticipating a pretty nice night. Generally fair skies up and down the coast, and it's 86 degrees right now. Those clouds help cool things down a little bit, and the humidity at 70%, not bad. Northwest wind at 9, that's bad for the red tide as it kind of keeps everything piling up right along the coastline there. But storms are piling up on the east coast all the way from Fort Pierce southward down to Miami and even into the Keys. The upper Keys getting slammed by some pretty big storms. Nothing like that here. We had a few isolated cells earlier Some light rain earlier. I know I drove through a few drops there, but not many. And you can see it's pretty quiet in Hardy, DeSoto, and into Manatee and Sarasota counties at this time. Some residual clouds left over from the debris clouds left over from the storms that were around earlier. Well, the forecast continues to call for a nice night. Evening looks to be pretty good. Temperatures on the warmer side because of that westerly flow. And we'll see a few morning showers popping up here and there as the sun rises. Those showers will be scattered. They should not be all that heavy in terms of lightning producing. There could produce a couple of strikes, but nothing like we see in the afternoons here normally. Back to you, Jacqueline.
All right, Bob, thank you. Tonight, state prosecutors dropping DUI charges against the founder of the 1-800-ASK-GARY medical referral service. According to the original arrest report earlier this year, Gary Kampathakris was driving a Porsche at 100 miles per hour southbound on I-75 when Manatee County Sheriff's deputies pulled him over. He was arrested for driving under the influence. Documents filed with the court did not say why the state chose not to prosecute. A college basketball coach facing charges tonight after police say he punched a tourist in New York who then hit his head and later died. The Florida man was banging on car windows looking for his Uber driver when the Wake Forest coach allegedly got out of his SUV and threw that deadly punch. ABC's Emily Rao has the story.
Assistant basketball coach at Wake Forest, Jameel Jones, now facing assault charges after police say he punched a Florida man early Sunday morning. Prosecutors say that's Jones in this surveillance video, getting out of his SUV moments after investigators say Shandor Zabo banged on Jones' window thinking it was an Uber.
Really nice guy, and everyone here is just stunned and shocked, and we don't know what to say.
Zabo's friends in shock. The 35-year-old was in New York City for a wedding. Authorities say when Jones punched him, Zabo hit his head on the concrete, losing consciousness and dying 2 days later.
Shandor's an amazing guy. He's just a upbeat, happy, good guy. Always positive attitude, smile.
Jones turned himself in on Thursday, his attorney speaking on behalf of Jones' family.
The Jones family sends their deepest condolences and sympathies to the Sadford family. We won't be making any further comments.
Wake Forest University has now placed Jones on leave, saying the athletic director spoke with Jones and agreed the decision is appropriate given the circumstances. The medical examiner ruled Friday that Zabo's death was a homicide caused by blunt impact to his head. Jones will be back in court October 2nd. Emily Rao, ABC News, New York.
Well, the first NFL preseason games are in the books, and already controversy is swirling. In Miami, Kenny Stills took a knee during the national anthem, while defensive safety Robert Quinn raised his fist in the air. In Philadelphia, Eagles safety Malcolm Jenkins also raised his fist during the national anthem. President Trump took to Twitter this morning, telling the players to stand proudly for the anthem or be suspended without pay. Jaguars player Telvin Smith took the option offered by a new league policy that allows players to stay in the locker room during the anthem if they do not want to stand.
I love my team. I'm dedicated to my teammates, and that's what we're talking about. I did what I did. It was love. I hope people see it and respect it.
The NFL said it will not discipline players for protesting while working with the Players Association to reach a resolution over that anthem policy. Still to come on your Suncoast News, surprising news for pregnant women tonight, the new benefits of going into labor early.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
The Players Center invites you to explore the family dynamic in the classic story of On Golden Pond. The Tony Award-winning play opening August 9th is funny, thoughtful, and brutally honest. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. On Golden Pond is calling you.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Once a mother reaches 39 weeks in her pregnancy journey, she can feel the anticipation and anxiety of what comes next. By that time, physicians will typically go into what's called expectant management mode and simply watch and wait until labor ensues. But as Kim Hutcherson reports, some new findings may change that.
Some exciting and positive news for pregnant women or those looking to have children in the future. A new study suggests inducing labor in the 39th week of pregnancy may lower the chances of certain complications. The study, published in the New England Journal of Medicine, backtracks on the long-held belief that inducing labor can increase the chances of needing a cesarean section. According to the research, induction at 39 weeks may actually decrease the likelihood of a C-section. C-sections are invasive surgical procedures that require longer than normal recovery times and could leave mothers with permanent scarring, along with possible complications during future deliveries. But the authors behind the new study don't think inducing is best for everyone. They say this information gives parents more options for family planning. The previous school of thought for women wanting to induce for non-medical reasons was to wait until 41 weeks. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
All right, a few coastal showers in the morning. That's what we're getting set up for. So if you have early tea time out there, a tennis match, you may have to dodge a few showers around. They shouldn't be hanging around all that long as far as the individual showers. And we're not expecting a lot of widespread heavy rainfall, although the showers could bring some brief periods of some moderate to heavy rain at times. We're not looking at anything too significant. Stronger cells, though, will be a problem inland areas later in the afternoon and evening, it looks like. Now, these scattered showers that pop up along the coast in the morning will last up until around 10, 11 o'clock, I think, and then most of it should be east of I-75. A tropical system trying to get going out there, but having a hard go of it because of a lot of shear in the atmosphere in the Atlantic, as well as very cool water temperatures that it's moving over right now. The forecast, not too cool tonight, 82 degrees by 11 o'clock. Temperatures will not drop all that much because of the lack of rainfall. We normally see those afternoon and evening storms cool us down, but that just hasn't been the case because of the position of this high pressure ridge, which is going to stay there too. There's a stormy system up to the north of us right now. That trough of low pressure and frontal boundary will hang out just over Georgia. For us, the live sweep of the radar not indicating anything going on as far as rainfall goes here. Some clouds clouds, some debris clouds left over from some earlier showers still kind of hanging around. Rainfall estimates, it's been scattered across mainly central Florida and along the east coast, heavier amounts just south of Fort Pierce there. The dry air in place still kind of lingering at this point, but it is thinning out a bit. We'll look for a little bit more moisture coming back into play over the weekend. Our rain chances picking up just a little bit. Futurecast showing fair skies for the most part after midnight. And then right around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, we'll start to see some showers working their way onshore and just around sunrise. Here we are at 11 o'clock, still indicating a few spotty showers around, so don't be too surprised by that. But with the 2, 3 o'clock hour approaching, most of it will be pushing off to the east and maybe 1 or 2 lone showers along the coast like we saw today. As far as the Sunday morning forecast goes, on your way to church, you may see some showers in the morning. And then as we move through time, by the noon hour, most of it kind of winding down, which is atypical for our normal pattern in the summer. A little low spinning right here in the North Atlantic. That doesn't have much chance at all of developing. If it did, it would move off to the northeast. This is the area. It's really down south in a south latitude there. It's moving to the west, northwest, and that doesn't have much of a chance in the next 5 days. After that, we'll keep an eye on it for you. The main development region, not the second coldest on record, is actually the coldest on record with temperatures in the 70s there, but all into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees throughout the Gulf of Mexico. So we hope no storms get into the Gulf, because if it does, there'll be plenty of fuel for that area. Temperatures will be in the mid-70s to upper 70s for lows tonight across the region. Mid-70s well inland where it's rained, upper 70s to near 80 degrees near the coast. 86 right now. Heat index is at 95. That's starting to come up a bit. The high today was 90, and this morning's low was a few degrees above average, and that's what we're going to see as well. Air quality index is in the moderate range at 66. The main pollutant now is particulate matter. As far as the boating forecast goes, pretty good out there. Seas will be less than 2 feet with a light chop, and the extended forecast shapes up like this. 7-day forecast indicating 30% chance for a few morning showers along the coast, and then it jumps up to 50% for inland areas. For Sunday, similar conditions, a little bit better chance for morning showers around. And then we'll see still a chance for showers on Monday, same pattern. Then we dry out a bit on Tuesday and Wednesday with the return of those afternoon and evening storms. That's when we'll start to see that southeast wind return across the sun coast. Now, didn't get a chance to go fishing because of the red tide, but a lot of anglers and a lot of guys are going north. Not this far north, but this one did. Into Montana. Captain Rick Grassett takes an annual trip up there, catching some rainbow trout with some of his clients. And Captain Johnny Walker, this is before the red tide hit, and he had some clients up to some kids, taking some kids fishing right there, and they did pretty well, he tells me. Captain Brian Marcy had to go up into Tampa Bay earlier this week, and now we're starting to see a little bit show up in Pinellas County. And as far as Captain Scott Moore is concerned, he likes this hat right here, and he likes this organization as well. Captains for Clean Water, because they rely, their livelihood is on fishing, and they haven't been able to do a whole lot of that because of this nasty red tide that's been sticking around, and we're hoping that it gets out of here soon. Now, there have been reports that red tide can be sticking around for months, and it's too hard to tell really how this breaks up. You know, a storm coming through, if it were to be a tropical system kicking the waves up a bit, may mix it up and disperse a little bit, but that isn't in the foreseeable future, and sometimes it can just fade away due to a strong east wind.
Right. Well, I know it sure probably affects their livelihoods and their financial income as well.
Yeah, and they're making their voices known, especially on social media too. Yeah. I know I saw a lot of posts on that.
All right. Well, thank you, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. A stalled vehicle is blocking the entry ramp to I-75 northbound from University Parkway. It is causing some traffic in those northbound lanes as well at this hour. In consumer news tonight, realtors say there's no question we're at or near the peak of the housing market. But if that's true, why does one realtor get hundreds of calls every week from people who can't seem to sell their home? Don Cohen says part of the problem is baby boomers who are retiring and looking to move. Like many others, the baby boomer generation is attracted to buying new homes. But once they do, they don't prepare for life-changing events that could happen soon after. Cohen says most of the calls are from people over 60 who bought a new home just a few years ago, then their spouse died or needed to move to a senior facility.
We're going to have a whole group of baby boomers in about 10 years totally freaked out. So they need to slow down. They need to go to these communities, look at what they can get, and then take a step back and go, let's take a deep breath and see what our options are.
Cohen says oftentimes the better option for them is buying a house pre-owned for less. Well, a major mishap prevented by a quick-thinking and quick-footed TSA officer in Georgia. Surveillance video shows a TSA agent at the Savannah Hilton Head International Airport finding and getting rid of a smoking bag. A passenger alerted the officer to the luggage. That's when a lead officer grabbed the bag and carried it to a safe area just outside of the terminal. Police say that smoke was caused by a malfunctioning vape battery. Just a reminder, e-cigarettes, vaporizers, vape pens, atomized and electronic nicotine delivery systems powered by batteries are not allowed in checked baggage. Well, if Buffalo Wild Wings gets its way, one day you'll be able to eat dinner there and also be able to bet on a game at the same time. The sports bar chain announced it is exploring the possibility of offering sports wagering. Buffalo Wild Wings has about 1,200 restaurants in all 50 states. New Jersey, Delaware, and Louisiana legalized sports gambling since the Supreme Court decision back in May. Now, many other states are considering legislation that would allow that in the hopes of cashing in on what could be a multi-billion-dollar industry. Following the closing of Babies R Us, JCPenney is expected to open 500 baby shops. The retailer already expanding the baby products it sells at stores beyond clothing, as the department store joins many other chains trying to claim some of the Babies R Us sales that are up for grabs. Starting on August 30th, JCPenney will start selling baby items like strollers that it currently only sells online. Stay with us. Entertainment news is coming up next.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closets Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398, or visit SoClean.com today.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closets Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
In entertainment news, police say Blade Runner actress Sean Young is wanted for questioning after she was caught on surveillance video stealing laptops and software from a New York City store. Police say Young and a male companion were both seen on surveillance video. The items stolen are worth about $12,000. 58-year-old Young starred in 1980s movies including Blade Runner, No Way Out, and Wall Street. She recently appeared in The Alienist on TNT. A photographer says actor Bill Murray slammed him against a door and poured a glass of water over him while he was shooting a band at a Massachusetts restaurant. The photographer says he was on an assignment for the Martha's Vineyard Times when Murray accosted him, swore at him, and threatened him. According to the police report, Murray was visibly upset and said Simon, the photographer, was harassing him. No one was charged, but police say the photographer can take out a criminal complaint. Demi Lovato canceling some of her upcoming concerts in the wake of her apparent overdose. Live Nation announced the cancellation of Lovato's tour in South America today. The company said the singer is, quote, focusing on her recovery. She was released from Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles earlier this week and entered an undisclosed rehab facility. An audiobook coming out this fall will reveal some influences behind the wizardry of Harry Potter. The audio producer and seller Audible Inc. announced on Thursday that Harry Potter: A History of Magic will go on sale October 4th. That book will feature hidden stories about magic and tell of the manuscripts, myths, and other artifacts that J.K. Rowling drew upon for her blockbuster fantasy series.
Y'all remember me? Mr. Chazé, here to say welcome back. Let's kick it off.
Well, former NSYNC frontman and Mickey Mouse Club alum J.C. Chazé returns to his Disney roots today as a mentor to the next generation of Mouseketeers on Club Mickey Mouse. It's Disney's all-digital reboot of the iconic program. Chazé made a cameo in the club's new music video, which dropped with Walt Disney Records today. He was in that program from 1991 to 1995, alongside stars like Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, Ryan Gosling, and Christina Aguilera. Well, stay with us. We'll be right back with more news and weather after the break.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now.